Hey y'all, welcome back to Russell's Chipotle Kitchen. Pull up a stool because today we are making tomato gravy. Now, it's not marinara sauce's country cousin. This Depression era recipe is stick to your ribs Southern favorite. Just spoon it over biscuits, over meatloaf, over rice, whatever you happen to have. It's absolutely delicious and you're gonna love it. What we're gonna need is some diced tomatoes, and I'm using RO-TEL with the chilies in them because I like it a little bit spicy. But you can use homemade stewed tomatoes, bought stewed tomatoes, diced tomatoes, canned, fresh tomatoes, whatever you want. And we're gonna need flour, bacon grease, of course, heavy cream, butter, chicken broth, 1 cup, which I'm trying to get this open and I'm not having, there it goes. 1 cup of chicken broth, smoked paprika, garlic, and just a pinch of cayenne pepper. Plus you're gonna need something to put it over, and for this I'm using biscuits. Really good for breakfast or brunch if you put it over hot biscuits that are buttered, and then the tomato gravy, and then a poached egg or sunny side up egg on the top. Fabulous. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is turn on the heat and get that pan good and hot, and I'm gonna add my bacon grease. Now, if you don't have bacon grease, you can use butter, you can use oil, you can use shortening, any kind of fat. Bacon grease, to me, is the most flavorful, and it's the one I would use most often, but you do you. Once the bacon grease gets good and hot, starts to shimmer and pop a little bit, you're gonna go ahead and put in your flour and set your timer for 2 minutes. And then you're just gonna whisk. This is a ball whisk, and if you're making a roux, this is one of the best whisks to use. It'll break up the flour and make it nice and smooth. But it's kind of loud, so we're gonna whisk and cook this roux until it's a golden brown. Now, I like mine just a tad darker than golden brown, but again, you kind of have to know your own taste. The main thing is you want to keep the roux moving around the pan so it doesn't scorch. If it scorches, you need to pour it out and start over. Once you've got the color you want, we've got a really nice color going here. Kind of a golden brown. Once you've got the color you want, you're going to dump in your tomatoes. Now, if you're using RO-TEL, that's going to be about 10 ounces. If you're using diced tomatoes, I think it's like anywhere between 14 and 16 ounces. That's fine. You're going to dump those tomatoes right in, and you're going to let that come to a simmer. Once that started to simmer a little bit, you're going to put in your seasonings and the chicken broth. We're going to bring this to a gentle simmer, and we're going to let it thicken up. It'll be about 5 to 7, maybe a little bit more, 5 to 7 minutes, or maybe a little bit more. And you're going to want to stir it every once in a while. You don't have to stir it constantly, but you want to keep at it and check it and stir it every once in a while. After about 5 to 10 minutes, it's going to have reduced and thickened up, and it's going to be thick like that. And that's when you're going to go ahead and put in your butter. And the cream. Taste it for seasoning. Maybe you're going to need to salt it. Maybe you're going to need to add a little pinch of sugar. Maybe you're going to need to add some pepper. You might even want to add a little more butter or cream. But this is just about perfect for me. Now, some people like their tomato gravy to be smooth. And if so, you just drop that right in the blender and smooth it out. It's easy. Back in the day when budgets were tight, this is the kind of food that kept people going, that filled up their families for cheap. I mean, for cheap. And there's really, some of those old recipes are worth looking into and worth making again. I just don't think you can beat a buttery biscuit that's hot, steaming right out of the oven. extra butter. I already put butter on it, but I'm putting butter on it again. And then the tomato gravy spooned over the top. Just like that. Put a little more on just because I can. And then I'm gonna take some bacon and crumble it right over. Just a little extra flavor there. And there it is, tomato gravy over biscuits. Now, if you want a heartier breakfast, this is so good with a fried egg on top or a poached egg on top. Delicious. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, this is my kind of food right here. Easy, quick, delicious, inexpensive. So good. I will say, if you are sensitive to spice, go ahead and use regular stewed tomatoes or diced tomatoes instead of RO-TEL. That's so good. But if you like spice, go ahead and use RO-TEL. So good. It'll wake up your mouth, it'll wake up your morning. It's great for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, whatever. I hope you guys are gonna try this. I hope y'all will love it. And I'll talk to y'all next time, okay? Love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.